Hey, where'd you go? I'm over here being set up with my style stars. Who cares? It could be much worse for you. What could possibly be worse than this? You could be the Montreal Canadiens right now. Alright, I'll snap out of it. You make a good point there. Hello guys, welcome back to DSFR. Today, I'm going to talk about Game 19 Stars vs. Lightning. Would you rather hear about the Montreal Canadiens game or the Cam Atkinson extension? I'm just kidding. Of course I'll talk about this game. You want to hear it, so I'll give it to you. 6-1 final Tampa Bay Lightning. I know that's not what you want to hear. Calm down, alright? I know what you're feeling right now. That's me, but in a nutshell, alright? Get over it, you crybaby. I don't care if they won or lost this game. They have a homestand coming up. No matter what the result, whatever happened in the game, they have a 4-game homestand coming up. They need to win, and they need to win now. That's a perfect point coming back at home after you've been struggling on the road. This is the time to strike. But before I get all preachy, let's actually get into the game. As disappointing as that was. Early in this game, Hamhuis fights Nestikov. They're going at it, and Nestikov just exchanging shots until Hamhuis just couldn't do anything. It's a pretty even fight. Nobody really got too involved there. But the first period was kind of rough, you know. There was a bit of an irritating, kind of mean game by both teams. Grindy game as well. The defense was decent for both teams. And it was just a grindy game in the first period. Point was this close from getting a breakaway. It just goes off his stick. And then I think it was either Hamhuis or Alexiak was able to get back there and make the play there. He was able to just make it a one-on-one. Man, phew. Now in my notes here, the notes that I take every time the Stars play, I have in this, I said Bishop looking good against his old team. That must have been before the Tampa Bay Lightning absolutely exploded. And of course it was in the first period. I royally jinxed myself, didn't I? But you know, I did call it. If you're in one of the Discord servers that I'm in, you would know that I said Bishop's either getting a shutout or he's going to allow 6 or 7 goals. What do you know? Now, 3-on-1 for the Stars. Radulov shoots it, and Vasilevsky makes it look easy on the glove. Didn't even have to flinch there. Keeps it scoreless. Vasilevsky with a glove save. He was amazing, by the way. Just a heads up. Now, disclaimer, before we get into any goals, I'm a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. They're my second favorite team in the NHL. This is probably my favorite matchup every single year, the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Stars. It's always one of my favorites. I really love the Lightning. They're not anywhere close to the Stars in terms of fandom, but they're my second favorite team. I love watching them, and they're explosive, and I love watching them. They're great. They always play a great game when they're out there, and they always are fun to watch, and that's definitely something to like. You're spewing hate at me, would you? Radulov, great chance in front. I think you know how it goes. Not a goal. Of course, why would Radulov score a goal when he's on his point streak? Yeah, that ended as well. He whiffs on it, and the despair keeps going on. 0-0, by the way. We don't allow a goal in the first period, and that will change in the second period. 0-0. What do you know? Stamkos snipes it on the power play as Hedman passes from Kucherov, and the Tampa Bay Lightning get a goal. 1-0, the game. Bishop wouldn't stop that in a million years. Great shot by Ellie, of course. He doesn't get rewarded, because he never usually does. That Vasilevsky, man. Vasilevsky is a pretty good goaltender, I'd say. Somehow that Tampa Bay Lightning defense allows a breakaway. Faxa, my boy, gets it done on the breakaway. He snipes it on the, I think it was short side of, what's his name? No, it'd be the glove side of Vasilevsky. Great shot by Faxa. We're tied 1-1. Faxa, my boy, he's such a beast. Sergachev, right after the goal, ruins the Stars' party on it's just a weird shot. The pass coming to him was a deflection, and then he shoots it. It goes off, I think it was Klingberg's, I don't know, stick, and it somehow goes in. 2-1 Lightning, and they go and take the lead. Respectful for an enormous chance in front. But Vasilevsky, man, he denies it. A power play was resulted for that, but the Stars couldn't do anything, so who cares? And I definitely noticed something. The Stars' power play was not what it was. Definitely a bad power play against a good defensive team here. It's definitely been exposed. Vasilevsky was really clutching a lot of those chances, though, by the Stars. He was able to do a lot for them. And it just came down to the defense for the Tampa Bay Lightning was solid, and Vasilevsky was great as well. And that's when you're going and into the game with a #1 ranked power play, 31%, you know it's not going to last, and it definitely didn't tonight. Now, you know, that power play that I mentioned, yeah, a few seconds into it, Klingberg was behind his net. he decides to wait a bit long, take his time, That's not a good idea when you got a guy like Point coming into your zone and just batting off the puck off you, and then scoring a shorthanded goal. That's Klingberg. What were you doing? I want to know, because that was a classic Klingberg play. And if you're not a Stars fan, you don't know this, but Klingberg last season was able to make the worst defensive plays you could ever even imagine. And he just did another one. He coughs it up, like my dad always says. And, that was just I don't know what to say. That was the worst defensive play of the season, which happened a lot last season, by the way. But that just adds on to despair. But hey, I have a point in fantasy. Taking off the power play! Crossbar. Wouldn't you know that? Now, something I noticed, especially in the second period, was that the forecheck was brutal for the Stars. They were absolutely choking it up. The Stars on the second period were offensively just dry. They weren't able to do anything, and compared to the second game of the Panthers game, it was ridiculous. Like, the Tampa Bay Lightning were elitely defensive this second period, and throughout the game, it was just fantastic. It was just amazing to watch, really, what they could do and just eliminate chances. It was truly something special. The Tampa Bay Lightning, congratulations. Second intermission, 1-3 Lightning. Alexiak was, again, this close from allowing another breakaway. He was on the blue line, and then he just whiffed on the shot. Almost allowed, I think it was somebody like that, almost allowed them a breakaway, and that was just ridiculous by Alexiak. He just continues to make weird plays like that he shouldn't be in the lineup for, and it's just this defense. I know you're against the Lightning, but allow at least, at the most 3-4 goals. That's all I'm really asking of you. Now, Kucherov whiffs on the shot. I think it was on the power play. No, it wasn't on the power play, which makes it worse. Kucherov whiffs on the shot. He goes behind the net. Just makes a simple pass in front of the net as, Stamkos is wide open for some reason. And he, of course, snipes it. I mean, why wouldn't he? You have 2 Stars, 2 of the best players in the league, and you allow both of them to be open and make a pass and just an absolute snipe. There's guys to cover. I know when you're not covering a depth guy like a Gord or a Dotchin. He got a goal as well. But when you're not covering guys like Stamkos and Kucherov, you'd think it's a bit of a problem, and I think it is. Now, I say that, but Sagan did had a lot of effort on that play, try to block it. Of course, he was blocking for the pad save, but of course, Stamkos isn't going to hit the pads. He's going to hit the shelf. So there wasn't really any opportunity for Sagan to block that, which sucks. Washington somehow has room, and he just shoots it on goal, and it goes in. Bishop, if I had to say that one goal was your fault tonight, that was it. You weren't really screened. You probably should have had that. But hey, 5-1 Lightning. Who cares? This time goes for another goal, 1-6 Lightning. Great. Now, of course, I should mention that this was Bishop's first returning game to Emily Arena in Tampa Bay. And, oh man, did he put up a performance there. He was lighting it up. The defense was spectacular today. They just couldn't. They just wouldn't allow the Tampa Bay Lightning any chances. They were blocking passes. They were blocking shots. They were doing everything they could. And they were able to shut out the Lightning. And that's something that I would say if I was a Stars fan confident in this defense, and they actually did something. Except the Stars defense is the Stars defense, and you know what's going on about that. Well, with that loss, the Stars now are at 9-1, while the Lightning are just I think they're 15-2-2. It's something ridiculous. You have a homestand, and you have the opportunity. It's your call. It is your call to answer, Dallas. If you don't answer this call, you have a 4-game homestead, something like that. If you don't answer this, it is going to be a long season for you. It is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. You've seen that with teams like the Coyotes. Once you lose a few, it's just going to pile on. It's going to be terrible. The Colorado Avalanche were 9, I think they were at 9, something like that at this point of the season. And guess what happened to them? They kept losing, and they kept losing. This is the time to strike. If you win games, this is one of the most important times to win it, and you got to do it now. I'm calling on you, Dallas. You better do something, and I want to see results. And if not, we'll take another second overall pick. But hey, Lightning fans, you did your job, you did everything you wanted, and you did everything possible. Except lose. I would like that. You know, maybe take a Stars fan request every once in a while. Maybe you could lose. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Even though the Lightning are my second favorite team, if they're playing the Stars, who cares about them? Good win to the Lightning. They definitely deserved it. They were the much better team, like a league above the Stars, and it was ridiculous at this point. The defense was crumbling, the offense was terrible, and Bishop allowed a couple of softies in there. I have to admit, 4 of those he had no chance on. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Guys, did enjoy. Make sure to like it. Guys, really did enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.